What's up, everybody? It's Eric here, the Savage Outback, and we are out here out at the cabin. Lots going on today. So basically what I'm doing is sanitizing our well, and I wanted to do a little video on this because I made a mistake a few weeks ago. What I did was I pulled the well pump out. This is a 10-gallon submersible half horsepower Gould well pump, and it had an in-well system in it. So if you see the previous video about our well do-over, you'll see what I'm talking about by the in-well system. But anyway, what happened was I pulled this out. I had it all laying out on the ground, stretched out to the cabin, and I eliminated all that and put a standard pressure tank in with a pressure switch, and we put on-demand hot water in the cabin, and it came out fantastic. Put it all back together. Everything works great, and you know, no problems. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided to do a water test just to see what the condition of my water was up here. And the test came back positive for coliform bacteria. So coliform bacteria is everywhere. It's in the ground, it's in all the plants, it's everywhere, and it's very difficult to eliminate. But when you pull your well system apart and you do any work on the well system, you should sanitize the well before doing a water test. Wait a couple weeks after you sanitize it, then do the water test, which I did not do. So I had the pipe laying on the ground. All these fittings were new from the store, people handling them, and all the work that I'd done on it. It's likely that the coliform came from that, but it's also probable that I just have coliform bacteria in the well. Bonus is we did not have E. coli. So E. coli is the one that you really want to worry about. It can make you real sick. But we as humans we are colonized with E. coli in our bowel. But we don't want to drink it if we don't have to. So just as a side note, we don't necessarily drink the water here. We have bottled water that we drink in a water cooler. But for purposes of showering and brushing teeth and doing dishes, we want to make sure that the well is as sterile or sanitized as possible. So what I'm going to do here, basically I've created a large loop from the cabin back to the well. So this is my well, obviously, coming up out of the ground. I'm basically going to dump a bottle of Clorox. When you do this, you're going to want to use unscented Clorox, just plain Jane, regular everyday Clorox. No detergents, no additives, no nothing, just Clorox. So you add your Clorox to a bucket, or add a little bit of water in there, dilute it a bit, and then we're going to pour it right down the well. So what we want to do is let this hose continue to run into the well until I start to smell the bleach. So that's basically given me a full circle from the well in through the cabin back to the well. Once I smell bleach here, I'm going to shut this water off, and then I'll go inside and run all the taps in the cabin. One thing to remember is when you do that, remove all of your screens on your faucets, remove your shower head, so on and so forth. You can soak those in some bleach water to sanitize them themselves, but the purpose of doing that is that once the bleach does its job in here, you're probably going to get some discolored water and some sediment coming out through your pipes. So those will quickly clog up your screens. Also, we have on-demand hot water. If you have an on-demand hot water system and you're using well water, you should have some type of scale filter in line, which we do have. You know, it's iffy. Should you remove that scale filter, not remove the scale filter? At this point, that scale filter is essentially colonized with coliform bacteria. So I'm leaving it in place. I'm going to run the bleach through it, and then I'm going to replace the filter when I'm done. So anyway, here we go. Add a little bit of bleach to this. There is a calculation to determine how much bleach to use. So basically it depends on how deep your well is, what the water level in your well is, so on and so forth. And it's so many cups or gallons or liters based on that calculation. I'm basically adding just 2.4 liter, basically 2 liter container of bleach. But this is a concentrated formula. I have read in some places it's okay to use the concentrated formula. Some others say don't use concentrated. I don't know. So here we go. Already got a little discoloration there. I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna pour this down the well. You wanna kind of get it around the sides of the well as well. And you know, you wanna try to avoid your wiring. Sometimes it's not possible, but we'll throw the hose back in there and rinse that off immediately. Bleach is pretty caustic, so you just wanna be as careful as you can. All right, so I'm gonna let this run for a little while until I smell bleach back through the hose. And then once I do, I'll take you inside and show you what we got. All right, so we got bleach in the well. We ran it back through the hose like I showed you, ran it into the well. I got my well cap back on and I've came inside here. And you can already see I got some discoloration of the well water. That was crystal clear prior to us starting. I got my shower head soaking in here. This is the filter screen from the faucet. Again, you want to remove those screens because this is what's going to come out after you sanitize the well. So what we're going to do is we'll leave the bleach water in the system. So the whole system is full, including the pressure tank. We'll leave the well or the bleach in the system for 24 hours, and then tomorrow we come back, run all our faucets until there's no longer a bleach smell. So you want to flush your toilets a couple times, run your showers. If you have a washing machine, you want to wash only your first couple loads need to be whites. Be sure you don't wash any colors. And you want to make sure that the bleach smell is all gone before you shower, brush your teeth, things of that nature. So if you come in here, I'll show you real quick what we got going on, just so you can see. Once again, in the sink, our shower head is off. So we're soaking that in bleach water currently. And then in here, our pressure tank is full. That's full of bleach water as well. We have an inline scale filter where I got bleach in that. Once the system is flush clean, I'm gonna replace that with a brand new fresh filter. So anyway, sanitization of your well, disinfection, chlorination, whatever you wanna call it. You guys should really do this on average, if you're off the grid like we are, a couple of times a year. The other thing that's important, anytime you service the well system, take any of your parts out. This is the mistake I made. I did not sanitize the well after I got it all back together. So obviously I'm doing that now. I found coliform bacteria in the well, which is not necessarily harmful to humans, but you never know. You know, if you're immune compromised, you have some underlying medical condition, and you were to ingest the wrong coliform bacteria, it could potentially be hazardous. But the other biggie for drilled wells is E. coli, which we do not have. And then, so what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'll give you another part of this video. We're gonna clean the system out, thoroughly flush it, show you what the water is gonna look like. It'll be pretty nasty at first. That'll run clean within an hour or so. And then when you do that, you want to direct your water away from any gardening or plant life, especially if you're growing vegetables, anything like that. You don't want to soak them with that water until it's free of the bleach. So anyway, more to follow. We'll pick up tomorrow where I'll clean out the system and we'll finish up. Thanks. All right. So we're back 24 hours later-ish. And I'm opening up the hose out back here. And just a reminder, you do not want to run the well water from your water hose to any plants or vegetation that you're worried about. See how nasty that is. You want to run the water until the bleach is gone. So I'm back here in the lower portion of the property and I'm just going to run this water for a few minutes. And we'll let it run until we no longer smell chlorine in the water or bleach in the water. So again, the purpose of this is to sanitize the well. When I did my water test, I had coliform bacteria. Oh yeah, look at that. So you guys can expect the water to look like this for a little while. It may last a day or two. You know, if you got a good well, you can let it keep running. I don't know how good exactly my well is, so once I no longer smell bleach, I may stop. But this is interesting. I was expecting it to look like that. So we're gonna let it run for a few minutes. We'll go inside, open up all the taps, flush the toilet a few times, and again, you want to do this until you no longer smell bleach. And at that point, wait a couple weeks, retest your water, and you should be good. If not, you can repeat the process, but we'll see what happens. I'll pick up here in a minute when we get inside the cabin. All right, here we are back in the cabin. So now we're just gonna run all our faucets, flush our toilets a couple times until we no longer smell bleach. The thing is you wanna run this out of your garden hose outside. You know, depending on your well, what kind of water supply you have. I'm not real sure about mine, to be honest. I'm always a little conservative because I'm a little worried about running out of water, but that's never happened, so I don't know. We've had a lot of rain lately, so it's probably not an issue. But the thing to remember is that you want to run as much of this water out of your hose until you no longer smell bleach, because you don't want to put a whole lot of that into your septic system. I got a septic system in the ground here that I put in about a year ago, 2 years ago. And, you know, you just don't want to put a lot of bleach in the septic system. It is caustic. But anyway, we're gonna run some faucets, and we'll put drains or faucet screens and shower heads back on, and we'll run those, and then we should be good to go. But anyway, listen, I greatly appreciate you guys following along with us here at the Savage Outback and our little off-the-grid escapade here at our cabin. So like and subscribe for me, share with your friends, and if I can help you out with anything off the grid or in the woods, shoot us a message. We'd love to chat with you.